masonry base in your kitchen, that base made of brickwork, where the cabinet, right, the custom-made cabinet, the custom-made furniture goes on top of it, and then the countertop is placed. This I like to call the Roda base. A lot of people call it the Roda banca. For this Roda base, should you put a baseboard on it? Should it be made of the same flooring you used in your kitchen or the same material? From the stone, from the countertop you chose, from the granite, from the quartz, right? From the porcelain tile anyway that you used on your countertop. Stay with me here because I'm going to tell you what the best option is for you to use on the baseboard on that Roda base. For your kitchen, to match the aesthetics and the decor so you can have a beautiful kitchen in every decorative detail. Stay with me, it's really cool. Hey everyone, how are you doing? All good? I'm Edipo Kleber, an architect, and look at this cool question and interesting topic that I want to bring to you here in this video. Look, let's first put the name here. It's called Roda base. I call it Roda base in my projects. Many people call it Roda banca, but I call it Roda base. This Roda base is usually made of masonry, or it can also be made of cabinetry. There's no problem with that. But then it gets that finishing on the front. Either with the same material as the floor, right? Carrying it up into the baseboard, or the same material as your countertop stone, right? That you put there. Imagine that you used white prime quartz on your countertop. So what are you going to do? Are you also going to put that white prime underneath? And the floor? What color is the floor you chose? Is it beige? Is it a darker gray? How are you going to match that? I have a guideline, a little rule in my projects that I'm going to tell you right here, right now. For every Roda base in my projects, I always use the same floor material for the baseboard, because whether you like it or not, it's part of the continuation of my floor, right? If you pay attention in other walls of the kitchen or the living room where you put the porcelain tile, aren't you going to use the same porcelain tile for the baseboard? Or maybe a different baseboard material, but aren't you going to put a baseboard there? Let's imagine you use the same porcelain tile for the rest of the wall. Why did you only skip the baseboard in the kitchen? Did you go and use the same material as the countertop? Even though the countertop is white, and let's imagine your floor is gray. Then you'll get that contrast between the floor and the baseboard. So, in my projects, I always use the baseboard made from the same material as my floor. There's only one exception where I use the same material as the stone. That's when the color of the stone matches the color of the floor, okay? Only then, only in that case. But to save money for my client, we choose the same material as the floor because it will be cheaper. For him to make the baseboard and the skirting there from the baseboard, from the porcelain tile we're installing, instead of hiring the marble company and having to pay for that whole stone backsplash, right? Of granite, quartz or synthetic materials, okay? It's more affordable for him to install and it looks better. You who've been following me here for a long time know this. I've shown this to you several times in my videos. In fact, in the project I'm currently working on, it's going to be done this way, okay? The same baseboard, the little turn of the baseboard there, is made of the same material as the porcelain tile, which is a very beautiful beige. So, if you're at the stage of installing porcelain tiles in your house, working on the baseboard and you're unsure, use the same material as your floor, okay? From the same porcelain tile, I'm sure you'll like it, you'll enjoy it, and it will look beautiful, okay? Don't create contrast with that little piece down there with your furniture, with your floor, just because it matches the material of your stone. This is a culture we have here in Brazil, to use the same material for the baseboard, the finish, as the stone. But it's just a cultural thing. It's a culture that, in my opinion, is wrong. Sometimes people recommend it, some people suggest doing it this way, even the stone shop itself recommends it to make the sale, right? Add more square meters to the quote and so on. There's no problem with that. Everyone needs to sell, everyone needs to work. But aesthetically speaking, as an architect myself, I would never recommend that you use the same material as the stone. Always use the same material as your floor, which is the most common and traditional in the kitchen. Kitchen, I always recommend satin porcelain tile, right? Remember that too, satin porcelain tile in your kitchen, okay? I hope this tip helps you understand a little bit of this detail, because that's how it is, just to wrap up this video and finish. Kitchen has a lot of details. There's the baseboard, the cabinetry, the stonework, the appliances, the lighting. There's a lot of things that make a difference in your decor. So if you start overdoing it here and overdoing it there, soon your kitchen will look like a carnival and you won't even notice. When everything is finished, if you look at it, you'll say, wow, it looks nice, but it's too colorful, there's too much going on. So pay attention to these details so you don't end up with a kitchen that looks like a carnival. You want a clean, modern, beautiful, and contemporary kitchen in your project, okay? I hope you enjoyed it and liked it. It's worth subscribing, right? This information here. Subscribe if you haven't already to our channel. Give this video a like and I'll see you in our next video. Take care.